situation because I got some input that I want to say. What I don't like this filter is make my eyes look black. But however, we about to talk about it. So, my personal opinion, I do not think right now. I have to have proof to think this. I do not think that those boys murdered Nolan. I do not think that. Okay. I feel like something happened. I don't know what could have happened. And whatever it was that happened, I felt like it was not intentional. And the reason why I feel that way is because after hearing the tow call, the C tow call, and it being slowed down, even the people in the background, they were concerned. They was like, "Hey, is he breathing? You know, is he dead? Like, you know what I'm saying?" They like check his chest, check it. So they were trying to see, like, hey, they like wake the fuck up, wake the fuck up. So at some point, and I feel like they just got scared, and from there everything turned left, which is still a crime, which is still a crime. So, but however, I don't think that it was nothing racist involved. When we're saying that, when the black community is saying, this is how I feel as a black person from the black community. When we're saying that um, it's racism involved, we're talking about the legal part of it, the justice system part of it, the part of that they don't like to look like they have done something to one of us, especially in situations like that. So they will do any and everything to try to rule it out, anything but the people around had something to do with it or knew something about it, or whatever the case may be. However, they were all underage, they were all drinking, and they were operating vehicles, they was doing all of this stuff, which can still get someone else in trouble because a death has occurred from the process of all of this. So this is what, like, we're not saying that those boys, I'm not saying they racist. They've been friends with him for how long? Um Obviously, if there was something going on, the mom would have knew about it. Something, I don't feel like, I feel like that they was cool. They was, y'all have to think about it. Me myself, I judge people that's like 45 and up. Once you like 45 and up, I'm just knowing that you possibly was raised to be that way. I'm from Michigan. I'm from Detroit, Michigan. Most white people in Michigan act like black people. I mean, they dress like us. They get tattoos all over themselves. They listen to our music. They hang out where we hang out. If it's a motherfucking riot, they is marching down that bitch with us. And if a fight break out, I done seen white people jump in and help black people. So that's where I come from. My family is from Mississippi. I'm only the second generation born in Michigan. Everybody else in my family come from the South. My grandmother, literally, Emmett Till died 1955. My grandmother was born 1948. So my grandma was what, half Emmett Till's age. She was like 6, he was like 12. So by the time my grandma was 12, 6 years after Emmett Till's death, she was in Macomb, Mississippi, which is only like about 45 minutes from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. My grandma, Emma Bell Wells, I'm trying to figure out if we even related to Nolan, because Nolan got that nose that run in my grandma family, the Mississippi nose, the Mississippi family nose that they got. He got that nose. Um, he is from an area that's not far from Macomb, Mississippi. And in Macomb, Mississippi, mostly everybody is related 2, 3, 4, 5 times because that was an area that was known for breeding plantations. So a lot of people were forced to, during slavery, have kids with their sons, their mothers, and things like that. And even after they separated, and when slavery was over down in Macomb, Mississippi, all during that, near Biloxi, all of that, Oktibbeha, Natchez, all of that. So these people were, they would just have to move in houses. It's like, hey, we all gonna move in the house, and hey, I might have a baby with your brother, and then my sister might have a baby with your cousin, and then it goes on from there. And like, okay, then my child have a kid with some, and it's like then you become related 3, 4, 5 times. So a lot of people is related down there, especially black people. So I feel like okay, back to my grandma. She was down in Mississippi. She used to go visit her grandma every summer because my grandmother was born in Detroit, but her mother was born in McCall, Mississippi. So she would go down there to visit her grandma, which is my second great grandma. Her name was Emma Bell Wells. She was well known in Macomb, Mississippi like a well-known, respected black woman. She had a business as a she had like a cleaner's business, a laundry service, and even the Ku Klux Klan, they were even her customers. Like that was the laundress service that they used, was my second great grandma. So my grandmother was down in Mississippi. She was about 12 years old at the time. She walked around the corner to the store to get her some chips, candy and stuff like that. And she goes to the store, and there's a white woman in the store at the counter behind my grandmother. And as my grandmother's at the counter about to pay for her stuff, the white woman pushes her out the way and say, "Move, you little nigger, get out my way." So my grandma turns around and tells her, "I don't gotta move for you, you soda cracker," and continued to pay for her stuff and left. So the woman that was at the register at the store called my second great grandma and said, "Hey, your granddaughter just called such and such, Miss such and such, a cracker." This woman was the wife of the president of the KKK. The white woman who told my grandma, "Move, you little nigger." And my grandma called her a soda cracker and told her she ain't gotta move no motherfucking word for her. She was 12 years old. Same age Emmett Till was, about 12 years old when the shit happened to him, and he had words with a white woman at a store in Mississippi. Okay. So my grandma says she leaves the store. She like, I'm not thinking about her because my grandma from Detroit. We raised different up here in Detroit. They would, yeah, let a white person try to spit on you up here. Ain't no put your head down and walk away. They was fighting. They gonna beat that white motherfucker ass. You feel me? That's just like, that's how my granddaddy and them grew up here in Detroit. Everything. They told me so many stories about the things they went through during Jim Crow. Okay, and they literally was scrapping with the police. They was scrapping with white people. They was beating their ass. They didn't give a fuck up here. They wasn't putting their head down. Talking about, oh, there go, oh, the white people right there. You can't do that. They didn't give a fuck. Why y'all think Detroit's so rowdy the way it is now? The same way the YNs is now in Detroit. Our granddaddies was the same way. They would stab a nigga up quick in the alley and walk away, and you would just be found dead and nobody know what the fuck happened. Cause it ain't no bullets. It ain't no bullet left in you. It ain't no gun there. I still got the knife. It wasn't no technology and AI and cameras all in the alleyways and all that back then. No. I know the stories. They was getting their ass slaughtered by us thinking they was gonna run up on anybody in a city like Detroit, in Chicago. I'm telling you now. So my grandma says by the time she gets back around the corner to her grandma's house, she said her grandmother was standing outside with suitcases in front of the house. She said as she was walking, like her grandmother lived like two houses off the corner. She said when she hit the corner, she saw her grandma out there and she saw a car speeding up the street. She said that she kind of was taken aback because she like, "Dang, why this car speeding?" The car stopped at her grandmother's house. She said her grandma told her right there at the walkway. She didn't even get to go in the house. "You get in this car, they about to take you to the bus station. You don't say shit. Don't get off until you get to Chicago. Somebody gonna be there to get you, and they're gonna take you home to Detroit." And she never could go back to Mississippi after that. And I know that the reason why her grandma did that is because of the shit that happened with Emmett Till just 5-6 years earlier. Okay, but at the same time, I asked my grandma, I said, "Damn, so nobody came to your grandma's house and said nothing? Like, nobody said nothing to her? Nobody came looking for you?" And my grandma said this: "You don't know my grandma. You don't know Emma Bell. Nobody in the South fuck with Emma Bell." And that's to say this: my grandma probably could have went back to Mississippi, but who had time for her to be? She wouldn't have been able to go outside. Like nobody probably wouldn't come fuck with her grandma. My grandma and them was strong prayer warriors. Okay, let me do that. They were strong prayer warriors. Okay, so I'm just letting you know this now. Um, Strong prayer warriors, they hex niggas. Okay, they was very. My grandma is a pastor. She come from, all the women in her family was born with the veil. You know, when they say you born with the veil, you can see spirits and shit. And you got spiritual gifts, and people be scared of you and shit. She come from a long line of women like that. So everybody in Mississippi had much respect for my family. Still do to this day for my great grandma Emma Bell Wells. Like, she's still known. Like, it's the elders that's still alive, and if you go down there and ask about her, everybody know Emma Bell. She was like a matriarch to the entire black community in Macomb, Mississippi. She was a grandmother to so many that they had so many people listed as her grandchildren in her obituary, and they were not her biological grandchildren. She had 2 daughters, and only one of her daughters had children, which was my great grandma. And all her children were born in Detroit. We don't even know them people in Mississippi like that. So just to say that this stuff is, and my grandma's still alive, and she's not old as fuck. Okay, she's still alive. She's a pastor. She got a church up here in Detroit. She preach. She walk around. She get around. She dance. She do everything. She would ride around in her Cadillac truck. You feel me? So and that happened when she was 12. So it's just like, I just say this to say this, that we know how things go. And back to Nolan and them, I want to talk about some stuff that his friend said. So the one nigga, the black nigga, who they said that they had got away from the party and all of that before they even left. But he's doing interviews with Officer Hate. Okay, he's doing interviews with Officer Hate. And on these interviews that he doing, he said something like him and his girlfriend got into an argument, and a guy came up to him and told him that he need to watch how he talked to that girl. Now, what I want to know is his girlfriend white? And was the man that approached him a white man? Which I'm sure it was, and wasn't many black people out there. Probably 4 black people out there the whole time. So my thing is this: you was out there arguing with your white girlfriend. You was out there arguing with your white girlfriend as a black man, and that white man, he saw that, he didn't like that. You can't talk to them like that down there. You see what happened in Emmett Till. You can't talk crazy to no white woman in front of a in front of a white man in Mississippi. What the fuck? So hell yeah, he came over there and checked you, and y'all had an issue and y'all had a scuffle. That's why the fuck y'all had to get off that island, because they probably was about to hang your bitch ass. They probably was about to put you up under that water. Because how dare you talk to a southern, what they call them, a southern belle? What the fuck? I don't know what the fuck they call their asses. How dare you talk to one of them white women like that as a black man? You out here with all white people. You out here talking crazy, drunk as hell, arguing with this white girl. To the point where a random white strange man had to come up to you and tell you, you better watch how you talk to her. You better watch how you talk to her. Okay. And so the whole time is, why was you doing interviews and you wasn't even there? How about they said you was drunk as hell and you was causing a big ass scene, they had to get you off the boat and send you back on another boat somewhere else. You up here doing interviews, you talking about some Nolan not even black. Nolan's not even fully black. His mom is Asian, and that's not even his biological dad, that's his stepdad. Bitch, I'll hex you right now. I just can't believe the shit that they be doing. Like, it's overwhelming. It's very irritating. I can't stand a white black. And for people who don't know, a white black is a black person who views or treats black people, views them through the eyes of the oppressor or a racist or a prejudiced person, or treats them of any things of those natures: racism, prejudice, being prejudiced, or oppression. You know, just anything. Like, just imagine a white person in a black body, but they acting just like the people from the Jim Crow era. That's what I look at. Like, that's what I call a white black. Like, the nigga that be like, I got the gun line, boss, on life. You feel me? So my thing is this: like, you holding the gun line down for your boss. I'm telling y'all, when all this shit is said and done, they gonna put that shit on them black niggas. They gonna put that shit on them black niggas. Watch what I tell you. They gonna put that shit on them black niggas. They gonna find a way to get up out of this. They gonna find a way to get up out of this. I really, it's just so much that I seen in these interviews that I don't like. I'm gonna come back and do a real video when I get on my other camera, and I'm gonna put the stuff up that I see, because the nigga Wyatt, that was another thing, because I can't think of everything right now, or I'm gonna write a list down and come back and do another live and just break down everything that I just know and point out that's a lie. But the nigga Wyatt, he got on the internet and was saying like, they need to shut up, it's nothing but a bunch of worthless blacks talking junk. Okay, do you not know that Nolan was black? And so what, Nolan wasn't a worthless black? What was he, a rich black? A worthy black? So it's worthy blacks and worthless blacks. So y'all would never do that to Nolan, because he's a worthy black. And all the worthless blacks. All right, you know, I'll be back.